Boys, today we got a special video lined up for you. We're going to be making a tier list with the UFC fighters who have the most Dana White privilege. So we got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and F tier. We got a list of tons of fighters. Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Let's go. First fighter, we got Shara Bullet.
Ooh.
Up and comer.
I think that he does get pushed pretty hard. Like, he is on every single Abu Dhabi card.
Literally the last 3 Abu Dhabi cards. I look at an Abu Dhabi card. Oh, Shara Bullet randomly spawned on this on this card.
Yeah, he's just there.
He just fought 2 months ago, spawned on 308. Like, what?
For me, it's either A or B for sure.
Yeah, and okay, the matchups though. We have to think about who gets the most favorable matchups.
Dana's putting him in fights against plumbers. Like, I think he might be A.
Yeah, he hasn't faced a grappler yet. People want him to face Bo Nickel. Never gonna happen.
Bo Nickel would kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him B tier. I think.
Okay,
we haven't seen enough.
We can start with B. You know, we don't want to go too high too quick.
All right, who's our next person?
Alex Poatan Pereira.
This is tough because he did get like, you know, Mickey Mouse, Khalil Roundtree free title defense. Like, it's like a free bingo square.
Yeah.
It's like Khalil Roundtree ticked off.
Like, he's earned his way here, but like, he does have some Dana White privilege because he's the current face of UFC and Dana wants him as champion, you know, like, so I do think he does have some Dana White privilege, but he's not like crazy, you know, like, it's not like they're feeding him like the bottom of the barrel. Like, he's not fighting Anthony Smith in a title fight. Like,
that, can you imagine?
On paper, it'd be close. I think Pereira might be a B.
Yeah, let's put him B.
All right.
That's fair. Okay, next up, we got Hamzat Chimaev.
Oh, it's SRA.
Yeah, I mean, he gets these crazy high ranking shots after not fighting anyone.
Yeah, he does. Like, he's talented and he deserves these fights based on a skill level and a performance level, but he doesn't fight enough. Like, he shouldn't be babied the way that he is because he's just so inconsistent.
Yeah, I think the last person he thought, last person he fought was short notice Kamaru Usman and then short notice Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
That's not ideal, you know?
Yeah, like, it's not like it's being like given to him, but like the way that he's gotten this Whitaker fight booked so many times, you know?
Yeah, I think let's put him A tier.
I was thinking A. I don't think he's S tier because he actually has really good wins. You know, like, if he were a welterweight and he had a win over Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, he would probably be the #1 contender right now.
Yeah, well, he does have wins over them. It's just,
but he's in middleweight.
Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, I think A tier is fair.
Yeah, A tier for Chimaev, definitely.
All right, next up, we got Ankalaev. Bro, Dana White hates this man.
Is he? I don't know. Is he F or is he C?
I think he has to be F.
Like,
he's like the only deserving light heavyweight to fight Pereira. And they give him Rakic 2 weeks or 3 weeks before Pereira's fighting or after Pereira's fighting.
Yeah.
That's
It's
insane.
got to be F tier. Like, but like, the thing is that UFC fans, we want to see this fight.
Oh, yeah.
But like, at the same time, we don't because there's risk factor. Like, I can't have another grappling champion.
Who's more scared, the fan base or Dana White for this fight? Because
Dana.
If Ankalaev wins, we're cooked.
Like, we'll still see Pereira fight, but it just won't be the same way. It's F tier.
Yeah, seeing Pereira fight as a non-champion would be so weird.
Oh, it's gonna be like the first time we see Sean fight without the belt is gonna feel weird.
Not really. I
think it's gonna be weird for me.
Yeah. Okay, I think F tier is fair.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Bo Nickel.
Ooh.
Up and coming prospect, not ranked yet. Next fight is against Paul Craig,
which made the main card. His last 2 fights, he has made the main card. Like, he made
on the biggest
main card of 300 over Yuri Prohaska.
This might be...
I think this is an A tier.
A or S.
Like, I think it's well-deserved because he has so much potential, but, like, it's a little bit too much. You know, like, having him as, like, a premier prelim or, like, one of the top prelims, sure, on a card like 300, that is so stacked. But having him on the main card, he's the feature fight. I think him versus Craig is the third fight of,
as far as I know,
308.
310.
Sorry, 309.
Yeah.
309. They're all mumble jumbled. But yeah, I think it's an A tier. Like, I think it's partially deserved, but I think Dana's really pushing him to get eyes on him.
All right, let's go A.
A tier. Next up, everyone's favorite Irishman, Ian Gary.
Ian Gary. S tier cuck. No. Dana White privilege. I don't know.
There was privilege, you know, like, and it was deserved. He's an undefeated fighter. But like, I think Dana has slowly started to realize that
People
the
hate him.
fans don't like Gary. I think it's going to be really dependent on where his next fight is. Like if he's fighting another guy in the middle of welterweight, then it's like clearly Dana is not that fond of him. But if he is fighting Usman or Leon in his next fight, like it's a big step for Gary.
I think he deserves to fight Leon. Like that's a fight that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
And it's like on paper, it's good. We got 2 strikers. One's coming off a loss, undefeated prospect, like, or undefeated contender, I guess. But dude, that's a good fight. I'd be excited for that.
Yeah, I think Gary B.
B tier. Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't have the most.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got Volk. Big Daddy Volk coming off 3 losses now.
Yeah, 3 out of his last 4.
What are we saying about Big Volk?
I don't know. I feel like it's very neutral. You know, like
He did a lot as a champion. Like he came up short notice. He's always willing to fight anyone. He was on tons of pay-per-views like that. Izzy, Volk, Usman era. They were all fighting all the time.
yeah, and I mean theoretically, that fight against Ilya hadn't really proven himself that much when he came into that fight. His win coming into that was Josh Emmett, who at the time was ranked 5, but Josh Emmett there's a clear gap between him and Volk at 1.
Yeah, like you're
at
not
the top
giving
of
you're not
featherweight.
giving Josh Emmett Volk.
No. So it is interesting. Like I don't want to load up on the B tier. Maybe it's C. Like
It's C tier, I think.
yeah.
But he's getting a title shot coming off 3 losses. If he comes back,
I think
Diego Lopez?
Did you see that one? They want
Yeah.
to fight in December.
that'd be sick.
That would be an electric fight. And I actually think I would go Lopez.
Maybe.
Like
It's scary.
it's close. Like cuz especially with Volk's chin now.
We need it to be 5 rounds though. That is a must.
That has to be the co-main event. Like imagine that as the co-main event. Or even if they don't fight in December, like in January, like the co-main of like a McGregor card or of the Islam card.
Ooh.
Oh,
McGregor card? That would be good because they're not champions, so they can. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna go. Is he C tier?
yeah, C tier. He's not getting pushed.
All right, let's go. Patty Pimblett.
My guy, you know, like
My guy. My guy.
my favorite fighter. I think all of the hype's deserved. You know, I think all he's done in the UFC is prove that he is a future champion. Islam better watch out. Don't clip that, please. I'm totally gonna get flamed.
For legal reasons, we're kidding.
Please don't bully me in the comments. But I don't know. I think that like he obviously was very hyped coming into the UFC, and
Yeah.
he did get some like favorable matchups early on. But that's what you should be doing with your top prospects. You know, let them have these big wins.
Yeah.
And I think that it has started to slow down a little bit. I think that the booking against King Green was like a fair fight
yeah.
for him. Like, you know, like if you want to get into the rankings, fight the guy at 15.
Well, at a certain point, like as a prospect or a contender, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah, so I think that Patty's done everything to prove himself. They're not like they're giving him like the number 10 ranked guy. You know, he's not coming in his first ranked fights against like a Moicano type thing.
And I think like in the beginning, they were marketing him as like, I mean, he's Irish or Scouse, right? So they're trying to make this the next big star.
But I think that also he was marketing himself. You
Yeah.
know, like his post-fight like pressers in the ring were blowing up. Like I wasn't watching UFC at the time, but I know who Patty Pimblett was because of those post-fight pressers with Joe Rogan in the ring. You know, so I think that it's deserved, but I don't really think he gets Dana White treatment. I think he did. I think now
he
it's,
gets marketing treatment.
yeah, because he's personable.
Yeah.
He has the charisma. So
B tier again?
yeah, we'll go B.
All right, we'll go B tier. Who we got next?
We got the interim champion, Tom
the
Aspinall.
real heavyweight
the
champion.
real heavyweight champion. I wanted to say it, but if Dana watches this, like, I don't want him to hate us even more.
Right.
For what he eventually was like, boys, DC's got to retire.
We're never getting the call up.
No.
Okay, for Tom Aspinall, he's not getting that title shot, so I'm gonna have to put him low. I think, is he F tier or C tier?
He's F tier.
Yeah?
He's F tier. Like, he's defending the interim title. He might defend that interim title twice.
Yeah, the Gon because Volkov pulled out. That's something we got to talk about on the podcast.
Yeah.
But are we gonna see Gon versus Tom on short notice?
I think if Volkov can't recover in time for 310, which has been pushed back to, I think it's a really good shot that we'll see Tom Aspinall fighting Cyril Gane there.
Ooh, I guess by that time Jon Jones would have retired.
Oh, that's true. So it
that
would have
makes
been
sense.
it could have been a potential title fight.
That might happen.
Ooh. I mean, Tom's going to want it. I think Tom would defend that belt twice.
I don't
think
know.
just to stick it to the UFC because he knows he's better than everyone else.
Okay, but here's the thing: if Gon fights Volkov at 310 after Jon Jones is retired, Tom has to wait another 3-4 months till he gets to earn the.
Unless they gave I mean, it would be really stupid. But what if they gave him the title fight against Pavlovich, fought him again?
Nah,
they wouldn't do that. But like if they wanted a champion for that division, kind of thing.
I could see Pavlovich stepping in against Gon. That could seriously happen.
We could see that.
Yeah. All right, enough waffle. We're putting him F.
Yeah, F tier.
All right, who we got next?
Israel Adesanya.
Izzy, coming off of a couple losses, getting a title shot against Dricus after time off, that's pretty big privilege. And I know there's a storyline, so it made sense, but still, that's not fair to your number one contender.
You definitely needed, you probably needed another fight there.
Title elimination.
Because, like, even a him versus Sean or a him versus a Whitaker, just because of the pure fact that, like, the Sean obviously deserves a rematch. I think it was pretty clear that we wanted to see Dricus versus Sean again.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking, dude, why is B tier so popular in this video? Maybe even A though. Like that title shot was so undeserving. But he did do a lot for the UFC beforehand.
Yeah, so it's like it's deserved privilege, you know? Like he has that privilege because he earned it kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Let's go B tier.
Let's go B. It's just going to be like B and then like a couple guys in the other ones.
All right, next up we got Diego Lopez. He's had 5 fights
in 13 months.
In the time that Movsar beat him. Like Movsar hasn't had any fights since then, or maybe one, and that's pretty impressive.
And he stepped up on short notice in that Movsar fight too. Mm-hmm. So
he stepped up on short notice a couple times.
Yeah, he's really done a lot for the company, and I think that we are going to see Diego. If he wants to, I think he could wait and realistically get the title fight after Volk.
Potentially, yeah.
Like if he really just wanted to have a long layoff.
That Volk fight, though, I would love to see that.
It would be so good.
Yeah.
Like that featherweight division is so good. Like I was doing research for another video about the BMF of featherweight, and I was like, you know, everyone in this division is so fighting. I was like, this whole division outside of Mobsar.
Yeah.
But like, no, they're all so exciting. So like, I don't know. I think I'm really excited for the future of featherweight. I think that right now, Diego Lopez doesn't necessarily have a ton of Dana White privilege. You know, he did make a big jump in that fight, you know.
He's building it up.
Mm-hmm. I think for now, though, I think C tiers for Lopez.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right, next up, Dana's true favorite Irishman, Conor McGregor.
The Mac. It has to be S.
It's S.
It's S.
It's S tier, but it's deserved. Mm-hmm. UFC's nowhere near where it is today without Conor McGregor.
No, nowhere. Literally.
It's simple as that.
Yeah. All the highest gates, Conor McGregor.
He put it on the map.
Yeah. All right. S tier, simple. Next up, we got Umar Nurmagomedov. Again, Dagestani prospect contender, number 1 contender now.
Yeah.
Khabib's prodigy, undefeated 18-0. I think it's either going to be A or S for me. That's where my immediate thoughts are.
I think it is A because I think when I think of Dana White privilege, I think a lot of it is like undeserved. And like the guys are in S are like getting undeserved stuff, and the guys are in F are getting like they deserve more and they're not getting it. Mm-hmm. I do think that like it was a big step up for Sandhagen, the way that like for him to fight Sandhagen. And I think if he totally got fraud checked in that fight, like definitely like maybe S. But I think the way that he actually is legit and the real deal, it's like
paid off.
You can't really hate on Dana for booking that fight anymore because he beat Sandhagen.
Yeah.
But he definitely does have his last name is giving him the privilege.
Yeah. If you look at his fights, it was like beat an unranked person and then got into the rankings at number 13 and like moved up a little bit, and then fought Sandhagen, who was number 3 ranked.
Yeah,
3, I think 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think he was 2.
That's insane.
No, Merab was 2. Oh no, it's not like it matters. But yeah, he fought a top 3 bantamweight,
and now he gets a title shot. He gets a title shot off of 1 ranked win. How crazy is that?
But he beat, like, there's no one else. He's the guy, and he's legit. So,
yeah. So it's A tier.
It's A tier.
It's close to S, though.
Yeah, like, if you didn't know, like, the circumstances behind any of this, and you saw it, you'd be like, this is crazy. This is, like, blasphemy because of his last name. Yeah. But he's proved himself.
All right, next up, we got Charles Dubronx Oliveira.
I don't know if he has Dana privilege.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's had some iconic interviews and he's done a lot for the company. I think he's one of the only non-champions that gets pay-per-view points because of how many people he brings in. Mm-hmm. He's the face of Brazil MMA. But does he have Dana White privilege? Is he going to get special treatment for matchups? No.
Like, yeah, they're like giving him like Armin in like the second fight of 300. Like we're like
third,
It's the
second on the
second
card,
fight
yeah.
of 300,
Yeah,
and it's
featured.
like you could realistically have this as like a co-main of a pay-per-view, you know, like so like they're
And
not.
he fought on the Canada card, which is a small card as well.
Yeah, so like
I'm going C tier.
I was thinking C him off the bat.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Raul Rosas.
Junior.
No, Chihuihuis. Does he have Dana White privilege?
Yes.
He's the youngest fighter, though. Fought on the Sphere card, opened it up, got a favorable matchup, didn't really perform that well. I'm going to go B again.
Yeah, like I think if like in reality, Raul Rosas Jr. totally could have been on the main card. Like I'm surprised he wasn't on the main card in terms of like name value.
Bo Nickelby, like.
Yeah. So like he does have like the marketability. Like he's very big on social media. So like it makes sense why Dana would want to push him. But yeah, like it's not like he's getting pushed insanely. Like, you know, he belonged on that Sphere card and he was the opening fight of the early prelim. So B tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Next up, our only female fighter on this list, Kayla Harrison.
One more win and she's going for the title shot.
100%.
So that's her third fight in the UFC. She was a champ in her previous promotion, so that is kind of fair. And she's a huge star, like for WMA.
She got a huge win over Holly Holm, who's like one of the only like female MMA fighters that people actually like know the name. You know, people know who Holly Holm is. She has the name value. So like it's a big win for her on UFC 300.
And there was a lot of questions if she could cut down to 135 because she fought at
155.
Crazy.
Yeah.
She was drained. Dana White privilege, I'm going to go C tier.
Yeah, I think it's deserved. Like it's not like they're like pushing her crazily. And like reality, like if she really had all this Dana White privilege, she probably would be fighting for a title after that Holly Holm win, but it's looking like it's going to be one more fight.
Yeah, well, she's booked for a fight. So, yeah, let's go C tier.
Yeah.
Next up, Sean O'Malley.
It's S tier.
Yeah.
Like it's deserved privilege, but it's clear Dana White privilege.
They want him as the champ again.
Yeah.
Even if he had a long layoff and didn't fight, Umar wins against Merab, I think he gets a title shot without fighting anyone, to be completely honest.
I think that there is a good case that he would just get a fight. I think it would depend on timeline. Like if timeline wise it worked out where by the time he's coming back, if we see like Umar fight in like 6 months,
yeah,
and then we have another like a year from now, we have it line up well, then I think because who else do you really have fight Umar after that?
Well, it's a massive card. Nurmagomedov versus O'Malley.
It's going to be marketed as McGregor versus Khabib 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
S-tier.
it's S tier.
Next up, Merab, the man who just beat Sean. Dana hates this guy.
Yeah, it took him, Dana was on like a 10-fight winning streak?
It was something crazy.
It's the same thing as another guy that's what we mentioned. I think we can kind of group these two guys together.
Yeah, the next person is Bilal.
They're the same thing, you know, like Dana is just... He's hurting because he's got these two champions and he doesn't like them.
Should we anger the comments? Lay and pray wrestlers. Oh, you're so dumb.
You don't understand wrestling. Like
casuals.
Like I'm sorry, but like they're laying on their opponent. Like nobody wants to watch that. You can't tell me that you want to watch that. I love active grappling. I don't love laying on your opponent or grabbing the leg, chasing the leg.
No one has a problem with Charles or Arman.
Or any of the guys that are actually entertaining to watch on the ground.
Yeah.
But laying
or Moicano. People love Moicano. And he has so many sub wins. And he's a grappler.
Yeah, but wrestling to a decision is like no one wants to watch that.
Yeah, it's both of them, I think I would put them in F tier.
Yeah, they're both F tier.
Yeah. Seems like a certain region of fighters is getting put pretty low. Coincidence? I think not. Okay, last up, we got...
Pound for pound, #1, best fighter in the world. 2 guys enter a room. The guy that's coming out is...
Jon Bones Jones.
It's like S+, like S++++++.
It's Daddy Dana tier.
Yeah, like there's no one with more Dana White privilege than Jon Jones.
Did you see the video of Tom saying, like reacting to, if 2 men go into a room, who's walking out first? And he's like, if me, Jones, and Dana were in a room, I might leave because I don't know what they're going to get up to. That's crazy. He's seen the memes. Dude, I love it.
Tom is totally playing into it. Yeah, it's like, it is kind of deserved. He is the GOAT of the UFC, but like, it's too far.
It's too much.
It's too much, Dana. Like, you got to realize, you got to stop, man. Like, you're making the whole UFC fan base turn on your GOAT.
And for someone who has caused them massive problems pulling out that DC fight, getting drug tested and failing a bunch of times.
Beating your wife.
Like, this is not someone who you want in your company. And yet he still gets the biggest matchups. And Dana's like, I've said I don't like, he's not my favorite person to work with. But it's like, bro.
Yeah, he's like,
come on.
he's not my favorite. You know, he's tough to work with. Like, then
Why are you doing this for
why
him?
are you doing this for him?
Yeah, it's S+.
Yeah, Dana's boyfriend.
All right, that does it for this video. If you guys liked, make sure you subscribe and comment, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
See ya.